Hello and welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is the 8th. It is Friday the 8th of November 2013 and I'm your host, Ant-Man. And I've got an article in front of me here. It's from Girls Just Want to Have Guns. I read frequently from this website. They often have really cool articles that they send into my inbox. I need to check out some other places though. I know someone named Todd Friel. Actually, he says if you like WMD and certain websites, then to go to a certain one. I can't remember what it's called right now, but I'll put it on the About Me if you want to know. Because it's good that we look out for each other and that we show each other where to go and where to see the news and not to fall for the deception out there. What was it that Jesus said to us? He said, do not be deceived, or watch that you don't get deceived by people. Something that I think we take lightly these days is that we tend to, for some reason, think that people are inherently good and that everyone tells you the truth. As a matter of fact, I find in the general public that people are, even if they don't know anything, even if they are too lazy to study anything, they will act and they will talk as if they know stuff, and they will say nothing and absolutely believe, what they're saying. And just people just tend to just want to look smart, but they don't they don't really hear themselves sometimes. And I'm not claiming to be smart either. I'm just informed. Some people are gifted with that. But anyways, let me get into this article. The few and far between, why good girls have become unicorns. We live in a very strange world, a world where love is cursed by polygamy, sex has lost its value, and women have changed drastically. From once having morals and respect for themselves, girls are running around now with not a bit of dignity. Yeah, I see this with even some of my friends, unfortunately, that a lot of people, the things that God tells you to be like have honor and self-respect and dignity and keep your integrity intact. All these things they're looked down upon by the world. And these are the things that make who you are. These are the things that make you a successful and powerful person. But the world, the yuppies out there, they think that it's weakness, they think that it's foolishness, and they don't see any use for it. Well, we all know that we were born into a curse thanks to Adam and Eve, and we're all spiritually dead when we're born into this world. That's why we need to be born again, so that our spiritual life, the spirit, comes to life in us, and then we pretty much are connected with God, and then we can understand the types of things that Jesus said, what's written in the Bible. We can interpret it with the Holy Spirit. It sounds like, if you told Richard Dawkins this, he would be like, ha ha ha, it's too simple, it's stupid. And then you'd be like, okay, well, that's the truth. You want an answer? It does sound simple, but it's also a supernatural thing, and it's hard to even fathom and understand. But we're all spiritually dead unless we're born again, and we cannot understand the Bible and what the spiritual, things. We can interpret spiritual sayings and stuff like that. Like I even said, I have a fire burning inside me. I feel like that's how I express my, if I'm inspired or motivated to do something. And some people will get really smart and snarky about it, and I'll just be like, wow, you know what I mean? You got to be such a smart but all the time when everybody just wants to be one-upping everyone else. And it's just, that's the society we live in, man. It's survival of the fittest. It's evolution. Sure, you can call it Generation YOLO, and women seizing the moment and just living life and having fun like they like to call it, but it just leaves me hoping I never end up with a daughter. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about having fun, the quick sex, the quick thrill, and the terrible Facebook photos that you get tagged in the next day, but there has to be some sort of a line. For men, it's great that these women have decided to become just like us. They've taken the male approach to sex and the way we treat the other gender. It is almost like they have become a mirror image of men in our love for a multitude of partners. This is great because it cuts out a lot of the hard work that men used to have to go through to woo a woman to get what they ultimately want. Well, even if a woman does find a man, it seems like she still has eyes for a bunch of other people. Like she's still looking, you know what I mean? And it's a game. It's a game that they play, really. Sure, women have become independent, which is a great feat and should constantly be encouraged. I agree, but that is the positive side of women rising to power in our society. With every pro, there happens to be a con, and the con here is the most that most of these women have completely lost all respect for themselves and their morals along the way. I think that women have a false presupposition that they think that if they get naked and get on Playboy that they get powerful. Like if I just strip down naked in front of everybody, then I just got some power now. And really, it's not power that you gained. Now you've gained a reputation, and that reputation is not a good one, in my opinion, because people are not going to look at you in a respectful way. They're not going to look at you as if you had powers. They're going to look at you as if you just gave up. And, that's really, of course, that, with technology the way it is today, I think a lot of men out there are bound to pornography. And, like, even though I think, well, this is what I wish. I wish women weren't like the way they are today. But, it also comes from men having to do their part as well. We make it all about sex, and in my opinion, that's not even a good tactic. That's like giving the enemy all the power. That's like giving the other team the ball, because really, when you make everything about sex, then who's the one that says let's go. You know what I mean? That's the woman. But anyway, if you're a Christian, you're not looking for sex. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be. You should be looking for wisdom and understanding, and you should. You know what I mean? You should focus on good things. You know what I mean? If you really want to follow the advice of Paul, then go ahead, go find a wife. Do it right though. Do it right. Do it to honor God, because it says that it's better for you to marry than to burn with passion. Because if you're very passionate and you love women and you can't help it, you really can't help it, and you're sinning against God every day. Hey man, go get a wife. Go find some nice chick and start talking to her. I really encourage you guys not to be like the world. The world's disgusting, man. The way that people treat each other in relationships, it's a joke nowadays, And it's like it's like playtime, like, oh, let's get married. It's really just playtime with people, It's nothing serious. They don't take it serious. It's just a thing to keep up with, like, society and make yourself look good, and, oh, he got married, and it's a game. It's all in vain. It's like if I put a ring on my finger, then I feel powerful and I feel like I can get more women that way or something. It's not looked at the way that it should be, and it's really because the marriage is a covenant in the Bible. It's between a man and a woman. It's a covenant from God. He gave us that. He gave us the right to marry and to make it a symbol. It's not about you. When people like get married, they think it's all about them. Like it's not about you. It's about Jesus. It's about you're coming together like Jesus is coming together with the church. It's a symbol. The man is Jesus and the woman is the church. And they're going to get married together and become one. It's a symbol of Jesus. But people that don't understand that, they think that it's all about me. And me. My favorite key on the keyboard is me. But anyway, they've become thirsty for attention, from posting half-naked photos on Instagram. Oh, tell me about it. To having their whole lives exposed on the internet through the course of hashtags. Just to let you guys know something really serious about what you guys are doing out there on Facebook and Instagram, you're being spied on by the NSA. Let's just be real with each other here. Facebook is a marketing, you know how people used to go door to door and ask you personal questions? Well, they don't need to do that anymore, because they have these things like Facebook now where you willingly and unknowingly are posting everything about you on the internet. You don't think that anybody's going to create a profile on you? What do you think the NSA is for? They know who you are. If you are constantly posting photos of yourself and telling everybody that what your weaknesses are or what you know what I mean? They're putting together a profile on you right now, and that's just really what's happening. Kids today are pretty ridiculous, man. I mean, they will even post some of the craziest things on the internet and think that they're not going to get caught. You know what I mean? It's funny. Like, really it's not, but it's just like, wow, how could you be so ridiculous? Then you have drugs, uppers being predominant, and many women are addicted to prescription pills to help their anxiety. In short, women have become easy, but they have also become broken and eventually become undesirable because no one stays hot forever. Hell no. Excuse my language, but You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, live the life that is short lived, and it's not it's not fulfilling. You know, it's not gonna get you any more friends. I've had relationships destroyed, friends destroyed, friendships destroyed. You know, over this type of lifestyle, and you know when does the party end with some people? You know, I mean, yeah, I don't desire. You know, like it happened the other day. A woman, she was like pretty much making fun of me because she thinks that by being easy and being flirtatious with everybody, it's attracting me. She thinks that I'm attracted to women like that, and I'm just like, you're first of all, I don't know how you came up with that, because I don't know how you would think anybody would desire something like that, because I don't. And not only did she put on just the wrong type of you know what I mean. Um, Example for, someone who wants to hook up. Not only that, but she calls me prude. So in today's society, you're prude if you're not chasing after everything and humping it, because it's just that's the way it is today. You know what I mean? It's all a game, and it's really it's sad because there's a lot of good guys out there, there's a lot of good chicks out there, but they're hard to find, because to be honest with you, we're more conservative. We're not gonna go out and twerk everywhere we go, and it's just what I mean. When what I look for is to connect on a level of spiritual, like I want to find a virtuous, very smart woman. That's what's a very I get intimidated even when I meet a girl that's really godly and virtuous. I get very intimidated because it's just I honestly I'm not used to it. So when I see it, I'm like, oh, my jaw drops. I'm like, no way. I'm like, that's honestly hot in my opinion. It's hot to have some dignity and some self-respect and some brains. It's not just about. I mean, I don't know what's up with chicks these days though, but they can't find a man because they need to get themselves straightened out these days. Sure, we men are to blame for this as well, but that is because we are idiots. It all comes down to perception. Women see us drool over that hot girl that is standing half naked in her default picture, or see us go wild when we easily get the number to a hot girl we just met on the street. To a man's perception, this seems right because it's exactly what we want, sex, without much effort. But for women from the outside looking in, they think that this is what we want, and it screws their perception. Well, I mean, I'm not here to set an example for everybody, but that's honestly what I'm called to do, and that's exactly what everybody's called to do, should you make it a light thing to make a practice out of looking at every single girl and having to say something really, you know what I mean? Well, let's just go back to the Bible. What does the Bible say about adultery? Well, then you don't have to really commit adultery to be an adulterer. You have committed adultery in the eyes of God if you are looking at other women with a sexual desire. Like you're picturing naughty things in your head when you're looking at this chick. That's committing adultery in your heart. And then if we want to be right with God, dude, we got to practice the right things. That's not right. You need to rebuke those thoughts in your head and not express them. A lot of people tend to think that this is harmless and that no, that's exactly what some women, they honestly they need better examples, because if you're a guy that's like that, they're going to think that that's how all guys are, and it's not true. I cannot hang out with you if you are a wolf and you just look at girls with no boundaries. You're just looking at them like they're a piece of meat. It gets on my nerves, man. It's like I don't know you, like I don't know you right now, dude. Like you make me look bad. You make me even feel bad with your scumbag attitude, because it's gross, dude. To me, it feels gross and it feels really weird that if I'm standing next to somebody and they're just all up in someone's face, looking up and down, and it's like, man, calm down, dude. Like that's not good, man. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, man. I like girls as much as the next guy, but let's just be straight up honest with each other. This is not the Christian way that it should be. Of course, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be doing that. The world, though, is going down the toilet with their morals. They're morally bankrupt. So I encourage you guys out there, go to church, man. I meet some nice girls at church. You know what I mean? All the time. And these are, you know what I mean, women that are looking for guys the way that I'm looking for girls. We're looking to connect on a spiritual level and not on a fleshly level, because all the things of the flesh, they don't they don't gain you anything. You know, they don't gain anything. It's just the only thing that I've seen in the Bible is that sin leads to death, and that you have to avoid it. So I hope it blessed you to hear this, and God bless you, and have a good day.